I don't even come from that.
I think that this is a matter of.
You're mad.
Actually, Yanga had.
Hold on, wait. Would he stand with a bunch of crackheads smoking crack in a crack house? Yes or no?
No, I don't support crackheads.
Oh, thank
Why?
you. Please get him off the phone.
Okay.
No, you're anti-crack. Why not? Why don't you support that?
You know, one of the things
that
we have to get clarity on is, and I don't know if you brothers have done this on the show, but the whole process of effeminization.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
because it seems to me that some, are real supporters of homosexuality as a form of sexual expression. Some are advocates for that type of behavior, and some of us are not. But in order for us to have some clarity, I think we need to explain or at least show the process of effeminization that occurs when a people are subjugated and oppressed. Because just like you said a minute ago, and I agree with you, homosexuality as it exists in black men is a symptom of a much larger problem. And that much larger problem is white supremacy itself. And it manifests itself in our community in multiple ways. And real quick, because I know our time is almost up for the show, but when a black man is functioning in a society and he does not have any power, then that automatically puts him under subjugation and control by another people. And one way that manifests itself is by him becoming or choosing homosexuality as a form of sexual expression. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let me get this caller real quick, Unc, and I'm going to let you, I know you got a book there, some documentation. Caller, go ahead.
Now, let me ask you, brothers, as much inflammatory things has been said on this show, when it gets a little heated, you got to hang up on somebody. Is that what it is?
No, we don't want to keep talking about homosexuality, brother.
It's too brash.
No, what we're saying is
caller,
we have a format.
apologize.
I don't mean to hang up on you. We just saying
Apologize.
we're not that concerned with homosexuality. They don't even exist. They claim we live in a Mecca. I don't even see homosexuality.
Why it matters what color a scientist is if they're giving information, brother? Why does that matter?
It matters to me in this context. Listen,
He's gonna break it down, bro.
when you are dealing with the system of white supremacy, just like Unc just went into this teaching of how you cannot use a European scholar as your foremost authority when we predate these people hundreds of thousands of years, and you choose to go with what they say over what our ancestors have already documented thousands of years before they even came on the planet, lets me know that you're operating under a European paradigm. That's what that tells me. But also this, that you're not even
Years ago, if I can make this point, please, bro. Because somebody said something thousands of years ago and wrote it down, what does that mean to me if I'm a skeptic?
Well, what does the European scholar mean to me in this day and time when people who look like me and represented my thought process have already documented this?
Okay, so
You see,
back on it.
Darwin doesn't even exist to me. Darwin doesn't even exist to me. You see, he does not even exist. Period.
Thousands of years ago, did they know anything about biology and science?
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
did.
did.
Yes, they 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 did.
Hold on, so science was just as efficient 5,000 years ago as it is right now.
Yes.
They
Excuse
even do
me.
heart surgery back
That's
then,
not the
brother.
truth. They did
Brother,
they did brain
brother,
hold
I
on.
surgery.
Hold on. They did brain surgery and open heart surgery. As a matter of fact, the medical instruments that they use today, the scalpel and all that, you can go to Kemet right now. The writing's on the wall. You're
Brother,
wrong. Checkmate again.
I would advise you to really.
Nothing's improved for 5,000 years.
Of
Brother.
course.
What we're doing now
That's
is
not the
nothing
point.
Because way back in Africa 5,000 years ago, they were doing the same thing we're doing
Brother,
now.
brother.
5,000 years ago.
Brother.
Eye
Study
surgery,
your history,
cataract
brother.
surgery, medicines. Listen,
Study
what
your
do you
history,
think,
brother.
What do you think that?
There were advancements in Africa, man. Come on, man. I'm not going to deny that. But you're not going to tell me that science.
Okay, let's do this. Hold on. Okay, let's see something. Hold
As
on.
much as he needed to.
Killers. Hold on. I want to make this point.
To me.
Oh, here you go. Here's an example. Can they build, with all the technology and all the equipment, can they build pyramids?
Nope.
No, sir.
So caller.
What's your point? What does that have to do with
All right, caller.
listening to what somebody wrote
All right,
down?
wait,
Caller,
hold on. Hey,
caller,
brother, hold on.
thank-
Wait. make sure you
I
call.
can't build a pyramid neither, and neither can you.
No, wait.
So obviously, those brothers and sisters back then were functioning under a level of higher science than today. If they can't duplicate that,
Okay,
but that's
so that
but
means
that's
that
all.
we
But
should
that's all I
listen
have
to
to
what
say. But
you wrote
can
down.
we move on,
That's just
son?
a different version of the Bible.
Bro.
Not see the fallacy.
Bro.
Wait, we're not trying to hang up on you. We're gonna call back next week.
Call
All right,
back
brother?
next week. Thank you, bro.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Carl.
you're not getting off that easy, fam. I'm
Oh,
calling
no.
back.
We want you to call in, bro. We just out of time.
Okay.
You know what? Next week,
Yeah.
call in at 7:01 on the dot, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Call on the dot next week.
Wait. Hold
We
on.
gonna do a show just around you, bro.
You
Just
got
for
you got new dimensions in history, right? You got from the Nile Valley to the New World, science, innovation, and technology. I mean, some of the arguments
The information is out
shows
there.
me that people are misinformed as black atheists.
Right.
Like, there's no cultural unity. That's bullshit. Documented in a pre-colonial Africa by Sheikh Anta Diop's.
That's right.
It gives you cultural unity to show you how different kings from Nigeria, the Yoruba, the Igbo, all trace their roots back to the Nile Valley. Now, why do they trace their roots back to the Nile Valley? White people clearly say that all life started in Africa, Obo River, Tanzania, Lake Victoria,
That's right.
Guyana and Peon. That's the Nile. That's the beginning of the Nile. With the Rift Valley. That's where the oldest bones are found. And so as you travel with the ancient Africans, they clearly show a cultural unity. They
right.
clearly prove this story to be true
Right.
through their oral and written traditions that spread out to West Africa, East Africa, and South Africa. So there is a cultural unity in the Africans.
And the key about it is that if you're not rooted in an African-centered consciousness, everything that we're talking about, you're not going to see, because you're operating from a totally different paradigm. You think European. That's why you don't see anything African, and you don't value anything that is African, even when you do see it, because you think just like a white man. You see, so until you get rooted in African consciousness, you will not see the greatness of your people who look like you. You see, and you will use the European as your frame of reference for everything that you do, and that in of itself is oppression and white supremacy. We represent that whether we know it or not in our thinking, and it's unfortunate that so many of us have this as our mindset, but the information is there for us to be able to escape this diabolical and demonic paradigm. We just got to get serious and do it.
You can't see it if you suffer from post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Right. Or
Right? You can't hear what Brother Unc is trying to say.
Exactly.
Let me jump real quick.
Go ahead, Unc.
This book right here is the CI World Fact Book, 2011.
Ooh, okay.
White people, governmental agencies hanging out in Africa,
Right.
documenting. Now, if you think it's not a cultural unity in Africa, yeah, right. Okay. But I tell you where it is a unity at, where if you read this fact book, black people are dying on alarming rates all across Africa.
Right.
Their age of dying, their death rate, like in Ethiopia, the death rate is like
Somalia.
35 years old. In the Congo, 30 years old.
That's right.
Why is that consistent? Consistently, they tell you that the Africans, their language is either the state language is French,
Right.
or Belgium,
English,
or
right.
English. This is consistent cultural unity, colonization.
That's right.
Why is it that the oldest people on the planet are dying younger? Why in Canada the lifespan is 75?
Right.
Why? What happened to these people that live many, many moons? What happened? It's all documented in this work right here. Why is it that they have not their original social, spiritual, economic systems? Why is it that they're European out and they're dying? You know why they're dying? Because somebody has an investment in those people not being there
That's right.
strong as they need to be to uphold their own country. Why? Because now you got to pay for the diamonds.
That's
now
right.
you got to pay for the oil. Now you got to
Gold.
pay for the cobalt and the rubber
That's
and the
right.
Congo. Now you got to negotiate with a strong force of national African people to say, you know what, bruh? I'm not trying to separate ourselves, but I want to be in control of the oil to come out of my land.
That's right.
I want to be in control of the cobalt that comes out of my land.
That's right.
But guess what? But when Brother Unc say that, y'all ugly magically say I'm racist.
Exactly.
We would think it crazy for our African nation to come over here and say we're taking the oil.
Right.
Bob, we're taking the oil.
Or the natural gas.
Yeah, we're gonna take the natural gas, and we're gonna pay you.
And we're not going to compensate you.
We're not gonna we're gonna give you. We want to buy the land rights for 100 years, and that's gonna be it. Y'all would go to war over that.
Right. Exactly. Right. Oh, let's take this last caller, because we caller.
Oh, hey, bro, y'all cut me off. What happened, bro?
We saying you cannot take up the whole show. Then you get mad. We like your questions, but I can't believe you can't get the message. I'm kicking you. I know I'm activating that DNA though. You good? Stick around, yo. You can't listen to me for too long without.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate you listening. If you keep listening long enough, some things will begin to sink in, and all you have to do is pick up one of these books, and once those scales fall off your eyes, it's on and popping in.
Yes, sir.
Well, why would you say these are religious texts? White people name them religious texts. This was science, brother. Do you know I will hit you over the head with showing you all the artifacts on Africans with science? I got it right here. You're joking. The word chemistry, the root of it is chemistry. The word the root is chemistry. Science.
Yeah, bro, I think the root of chemistry is from alchemy, not chemistry.
No, that's Arabic. That's Arabic. Don't play with me. You got somebody that's real. I'm on mine.
He's on it, bro.
Dude.
Yo,
KD. Got a linguist.
Sorry to cut it close, but I appreciate the effort, but I don't travel lightly, as you see, bro. These brothers, I've known these brothers for a long time, and like I said, I've had a vision for this show. And like I said, I'm here to combine black nationalism and atheism. And if your white slave masters don't like it,
hey,
black son, I want to finish with the African original concept of God.
If you guys could make this clarification for me.
Okay.
Regarding the way y'all hold ancient Egypt and then attribute it to black Africans. I mean, I've been to Egypt, and the people I met there, they weren't black Africans that look like me or you. They were more of like an Arab kind of. I mean, there may be some admixture in there.
Here's the answer to that real quick. The European, real fast. Listen,
he's gonna answer that.
Be quiet. You gotta hear the answers coming. Let me see. We live in North America, and the Europeans, they call them Americans, but they're not the original people.
There you go.
Let's go to the next one.
Thank you, caller.
In summary, right? In summary, the word God deals with two primary conceptualizations: distance and water. Okay? Root has a primary meaning. This is from an African context. Sky, heavens, rain, top, upper, high, age.
There you go.
They're God concepts for Africans. Like if you old age, you get the title of God. If you're the wise old elder, the wisest in the community, get the title of God. Children cannot carry the title of God. If you're a natural element from which Africans extend from, you can become a Netcha or a God. Let me finish this. It says these forms give way to secondary meanings. Watch this. Of ownership, lordship, chiefs, kings, elders, ancestors, those in relatively high social positions. God is a title of rank and is why the kings of Africa are divine kings. Kings are believed to be the intermediaries between the ancestors and the community at large. They are also the incarnation of an earlier king, our founding father, for which he shares a royal bloodline. So the Christians notion that African kings are gods as a superhuman being is false and is based on the ignorance of African language and customs. I'm going to finish reading next week. Now, I hope y'all heard what I just said. In the African original concept, God was a daggone title bestowed. That's why you got the kings, the Sa-Ra.
That's right.
Son of God, Sa-Ra. That's why the later Hebrew traditions say Jesus Christ is the King of the Jews. They're stealing, taking it from the African idea and conceptual concept. Exactly. That's why Jesus is the Son of God. He's a son. Okay? Right. They trying to make him a Sa-Ra, a son of God, a high title. They often mention the Nubian kings as being the spirit kings. Spirit is energy. The kings with the most energy, the most power. That is not spooked out.
There you go.
So
That's
if I don't think that there's a God living on the third universe that will grant me help from my oppression, then that makes me an atheist. But you can't tell me to turn my back on my culture and my traditions, would clearly tell me what God is and what God's not.